Let him go. Every time you let him know you want him to play the lead role in your show, he flips the script. So I tried again, and I wrote it backwards. He raised his chin and closed his eyes. Should such a rejection not come as a surprise, as we all have shopped, admired, and purchased emotional shields woven by lies? My cries have become wasted water. They should be preserved for those who are thirsty, like my firstborn son or daughter. Not to say that you aren't. Experience is the arrest, and wisdom is what you warrant. But if it's to be labeled time wasted, allow my explanation to be that I based it on what you displayed. Well, better yet, what it is that I saw. Charisma and sharp, charming, sweet. The world has made such things a spectacle, a looking glass, tinted with deceit. He once knew what I meant before that thought sparked, burned, and erupted from my mind via voice. A choice, one of a kind. Every new venture I visualize keeps you in mind. Not for the one I lost, for the one I left behind. Sincerely, things felt fine. I was looking for fun, an evanescent evening, a phenomenal time. The time slowly flew, our connection slowly grew, and I became attached, now forced to detach, as emotions have just been made synonymous with crime. I wanted a rock and thought perhaps maybe you could use a foundation. I have a vacancy in my heart, full price, better view, waiting for occupation.
Yay!
And this next one is as well centered around love, because it's a reoccurring theme in all of our lives, I'm sure. So this one's a little faster paced. He wanted to kiss me, but I wouldn't let him. I told him he missed me. He said I'll never regret him. I'll never forget him. He reminisced of the bliss we used to have in '07. I said that was history. He then proceeded to pick it apart. He said history is bound to repeat itself if left in the dark. So he reminisced of the spark, the part where it all started. The excitement of inquiring of you, us, and whole aspects still uncharted. We laughed as if to agree, because I understand him, and he understands me. That laugh became a glare poised in question. That glare became a stare with a silent suggestion. Such a connection should come but once in a lifetime. But me being left-handed leaves me in the right mind to know, to love me again. Well, fate would never let him. Sometimes he's still a blunder, but I would never regret him. Woo!
Nice.
And last but not least, yet another of love. And this is one of my personal favorites, so here goes. I try not to take another sip of this drink, but each swig forces me to think. Jinx! Guess what? I bet if we fought, we both conclude that we thought the same thought, except you purchased and I bought from the same store of perception. This time I take a drag and notice your lyrical swag flows. Mine like a river, and yours more like the ocean. I have the notion that this potion of smoke has evoked some rather unfamiliar emotion. Perhaps that you are the product, and I'm the quotient. The portion that exists before the multiplication of our thoughts, captivated by this reality, that you may teach, and I be taught, that in addition to existence, I can truly be understood. Well, I'd like to let you in on a little secret. Truth enough, I won't mind if you told or decided to keep it. I once wrote of you being my inspiration. Time had passed as fast as an hourglass, and I had not seen you, nor felt you, so I decided to examine my lack of motivation. Lots of thought, contemplation. Still, not a pen was moved, few words, no written pieces composed worthy of speech, much less a standing ovation. But this form of expression is truly a blessing. I get to expose myself at a distance, a remote dissertation, and maybe settle for your maybe as I express myself in the privacy of my mind and assume what your reaction may be. Perhaps that I entrust you with too much of me, and maybe that may be, and I guess one day I will see, but right now, I cannot think of any way else to act, because being something else can never be me being me.
Yes! Woo!
Thank you.
You're so good. like still recording the floor.